Well, a great disappointment for David Hayes and his new owners for changing of the guard. He was ruled out by the vets this morning. And also a bit of disappointment again for the connections of Vigour, Danny O'Brien. It was the 25th horse into the race. It's been well documented in recent years that we can only have 24 horses in the Melbourne Cup, and that precludes the opportunity to have emergency runners. So it's been an ongoing issue over the years, and one that's going to be looked at again, no doubt, after the circumstances of this morning.
And we'll just talk about the field for a moment. It's been described this morning as a skinny field, which means that I guess only a couple of horses are thought to be genuine chances. It's changed in the last week, hasn't it, because of a dramatic day last Saturday?
Well, certainly Saturday was one of the most sensational days at the races, both on and off the track, that I've experienced. Just going back quickly to the Victoria Derby, the favourite was ruled out in the morning. Shortly after that, we heard that Godolphin had ruled out their cup runner in Kirk Lees. Efficient, the 2007 winner, was ruled out by his connections, and then of course later in the day Zipping went under the gates, and that also ruled him out of the race. So what was in prospect going to be one of the great races, and a match race in prospect perhaps between Efficient and Viewed, has come down to a race where the chances are probably in the first 5 or 6 in the betting market, and it would be a major surprise to see one of the horses outside those horses win the race this afternoon.
Could you explain to us the weight situation with Viewed? Of course, Viewed won the Melbourne Cup last year, and it's your job to decide how much weight that horse carries. And you're under some sort of, well, everyone's got an opinion on this matter, but can you explain the weight situation in some sort of historical significance for people like me who don't watch the races all the time?
Certainly. Last year he won the Melbourne Cup with 53 kilos, and when the weights came out this year, he was given 57, so an increase of 4 kilos. What's happened since the weights were announced? He won the Caulfield Cup, and I gave him a further 1 kilo penalty of 58. So he carries 5 kilos more than last year. A few people felt that I was quite lenient to him after his Caulfield Cup win by only giving him 1 kilo. But if you look at the last 30 years of the race, 26 horses have carried 58 kilos or more and tried to win it, and only the mighty Makybe Diva in her third cup has been successful. So horses like Kingston Town, Superimpose, Better Loosen Up, and some of the great internationals like Vinnie Rowe, Septimus and Yates have tried what Viewed is going to do, attempt this afternoon, and come up short. So even with the 58, he's ahead of the market, but it will still be a performance of great quality if he can win back-to-back races and become only the 6th horse in the 149-year history of the race to win multiple cups.
Wow. And can you tell us a little bit about Alco Pop? I'm very interested in this horse's story. It's gone a different preparation, hasn't run for 24 starts. How are you looking at that, and how did you weight such a horse that hasn't appeared throughout the Spring Carnival?
Well, he was very easy to weight in the first instance because he was an unknown horse that had very restricted performances in South Australia, so he was on 50 kilos. But since then he's won the Balaclava Cup, the JRA Cup, and of course the Herbert Power. So I've given him an additional 2.5 kilos. He has 52.5. Unusual preparation, as you say. Hasn't run since the Herbert Power 3 weeks ago. Only Vintage Crop, who won this Cup back in 1993, who hadn't run since mid-September, has had a longer break in the last 30 years moving into the race. But it'll be a great story for Jake Stephen, and of course Dominic Tenure, the battling country jockey from Western Australia, who's gone to Adelaide, and he's never ridden at Flemington.
Yeah,
he'll have one ride before the Cup today, and it'll be a marvellous story if Alco Pop can come through and win our great Australian race today.
Are you, in your position as chief handicapper, able to give a tip?
I'm quite happy to. My work's all done. I think that Viewed has been in such good form leading into the race that he clearly looms as the horse to beat, particularly with some of the other runners now coming out. Alco Pop, he's been in such great form also, and he's probably the next hardest to beat. Marillion is one of the better performed overseas runners, so he'll run very well, and also horses like Shocking, Master O'Reilly and Daffodil.
So Viewed, you're going for Viewed?
I'm going for Viewed, yeah.